Hey everyone, Audie G here and welcome back to my studio today. We are going to focus on a Mother's Day project, a very colorful project in honor of my own mother. I lost my mom October 13, 2013 from pancreatic cancer, and as you can imagine, I miss her every single day. So what I've done is I have taken a look back on my mother's life last few weeks, and the first thing that stood out about my mother is she's always loved flowers. She had the most beautiful flower gardens, flowers everywhere around the house. And then the second thing that my mother really loved was music. And the third thing that my mother really enjoyed is birds, and she had a real fascination with hummingbirds. And I have a collection of porcelain hummingbirds in my home that belong to her. I really cherish them. So I really wanted to make this piece a celebration of her life and the things that she enjoyed. This is a look back at my mom in one of her cherished rose gardens. I just love this picture. My mom was such a beautiful lady. And here's a look back at the family piano. My mom and I shared the family piano. As I got older, she enrolled me in piano lessons, and we shared the family piano and sang, and I can still remember hearing my mom sing hymns and play hymns. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to use actual sheet music from one of her hymnals in this piece in memory of her. So we're going to take a look at that later on in the video. So where we are now in this piece is I am just playing around with a technique that's called one stroke. It's where you double load or triple load your paintbrush, and you can quickly make all different kinds of flowers with it. So I just sat down and I was playing around with some different colors. You can choose any colors that you want, and I have triple loaded my brush. I'm using whites, and in this particular section I have yellow and burnt sienna, and I'm just playing around actually on the palette pieces of paper, just playing around, having some fun, making some different kind of flowers. Now, the good thing about this is it's a great stress reliever. It's not where I do one flower where I do a more detailed stroke in it, you know, but these are just fun, and just sit down and just play with your paintbrush and paint and just see what comes out. Not really thinking about it, just painting with 3 colors on the paintbrush. So I hope you'll sit down and give it a try and just paint away. Just paint flower after flower after flower. method to my madness. Once I've painted a whole bunch of flowers, I'm going to pick out the ones that I like the best. I'm going to take an old cabinet door that I've had from, about 4 years now, from a junk and run that's been sitting out in my garage, and I'm going to use that as a substrate. And I will collage the painted hummingbird on it, the painted flowers, and maybe some other things. We'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. I'll let you sit back for a little bit and enjoy some music that my mother would have really, really enjoyed. I'm laughing and chuckling to myself here at the way I'm just going fun and crazy and free with the paint with my brush and sloshing it all around. I'm doing that because my friends Cinnamon Cooney and Angela Anderson, if they see this, they'll be going, What is she doing? They're fine artists and they are wonderful at their trade. I've been really blessed that the good Lord brought them into my life, and we have some really wonderful times on Skype and support one another, and they've been like super supportive of me and my artistic journey, and I'm theirs as well. I love them both dearly. I'm sure most of you already watch their channels, but if you don't, you are missing out. You need to go check them out. Again, that's the Art Sherpa Cinnamon Cooney and Angela Anderson, and they are both fine artists. As you know, I'm a mixed media artist, so the painting technique that I use is a lot different from theirs, but I have the utmost respect for their craft and what they do. They are experts, true experts. Love them dearly. Just intuitively adding layers to bring about the depth and dimension that we want. Don't be afraid of layering your paint. Just go by what it looks like, what it feels like, and then when you see the look that you like, then just stop. Just layer different colors, play with it. That's the best advice that I can give, is just play with your paint picking out favorite colors that speak to you and just layering them up and see what it comes out to be. If it doesn't work, then you can always start over or just keep adding new layers. Now I'm to the point in the project where I'm taking my mother's old sheet music that we talked about at the beginning, and I'm ripping along the sides to expose the edges where they will accept ink, and I'm just inking the edges with some distress ink to make those shabby edges pop out. Now I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress Stain in the color Burlap to add some color to the sheet music and make it look a little aged. Preparing the base for my hummingbird. For your piece, you could use old sheet music, any old pages from books, whatever your favorite thing is. I've seen people use dictionary pages, all kinds of pages. I've taken a photo reference of a real hummingbird, and now I'm just roughly sketching it out. The decision for the hummingbird was made based on the color of the flowers. There's a lot of pinks and yellows in my flowers, so I wanted to make the hummingbird in the darker colors. The hummingbirds here in Oklahoma are the vibrant green ruby-throated ones, and that's the ones that used to come to my mom's hummingbird feeders. But for this painting, I had to figure out what was going to create a better composition. So I feel that the colors used in this hummingbird are going to make for a better composition in the end. Now I'm taking some sparkling H2Os to give it that vibrant sparkle that you see when the sun hits the hummingbird. So we're going to be using those. I'm layering on at this point some watercolor crayons. I'm using Prussian blue and the Matisse Pro Paint, Matisse Structure Pro Paint. Just loosely applying around the edges of the tail here. To get the orange color, I'm using the Matisse Structure Paint, the Australian Sienna. Now I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna. Layering it around the edges of the head and creating feather-like strokes in the head and neck area. Applying a little more Australian sienna. Now we're activating the H2Os with water and then layering them over the top in different areas. A little more burnt sienna in the wings. And a little more burnt sienna at the base. Applying burnt sienna to the bill, the beak. They have really extra long beaks. They're just amazing, amazing birds. I'm applying a pop of neon green from Deco Art. Add a little bit more interest to the bird. Now we're going with the dark green and the Twinkling H2Os. Just loosely feather-like applying it in places. Give it a little highlight and more realistic feathers. Now we're using the turquoise H2Os as a layer. Now I'm applying a wonderful shimmery looking pink color to the tail. You can use any pink color. It'll contrast nicely, any light pink color. Now this is one of the most important things is I am adding in titanium white, acrylic, a titanium white in different areas. To me, I think that white is the magic bullet. It adds to your piece in a way to bring about dimension like no other color, I think. Now I'm going into the wings with burnt sienna. Now a little bit of burnt sienna to the bottom feather. Back to the titanium white. Adding a little bit of faber castell marker in a dark pink color. Watercolor crayon in another color. I'm going to be layering several different colors, purple of different varied purples in the tail with the watercolor crayons. I'm adding black ink to the eye. You can add anything, black paint, black ink, whatever you have, black will work. I have mixed some titanium white with the burnt sienna to add a circle around the eye. Now I'm adding the white highlight closer to the pupil. Adding titanium white for the catchlight in his eye. I'm just cleaning up some edges here and adding some shading in different areas with a faber castell pencil. I'm kind of working roughly around the edges. I'm not going to activate the pencil. It is a watercolor pencil, but I'm not going to activate it because I want the scruffy look. This piece is going on an old cabinet door, and we want to get the repurposed Shabby Chic look going. That's one of the reasons that I chose not to activate the color pencil around the edges and just leave it scruffy looking. At this point in the piece, I am preparing the background with 3 different colors on top of the wooden door. Love to hear about your Mother's Day traditions. If you feel like you would love to share, I would love to hear it, and put it in the comments below. Or too, just like to know how you guys are doing, so let me know how you're doing in the comments below also. I really love reading comments from you guys and sharing in your own journeys along the way here. We're all in this together, and I think that's what it's all about. I'm just layering these flowers in areas where my eye sees that they might look good. I want it to look like the hummingbirds just flown into a flower garden just full of colorful flowers. Now I'm taking the chalk pastels and using my fingers, different utensils here to layer the brown color along the edges. Then I decided that pan pastels would probably be better, especially for the color choice that I was seeing, that I was actually going for. So I found the color that I was seeing that I thought would look good, pan pastels. And I'm just very lightly applying them around in different areas. Then I decided to bring out the fluid acrylics and burnt sienna. Just kind of let it drip a little on its own. You can see how fluid acrylics are here. This is lying flat and it's still running. That's okay because I wanted it to run just a little bit. And I'm bringing in just a little bit of lavender in the pan pastel. Adding a few white highlights. And then finally, just adding my stems in 3 different acrylic colors of green. All this done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you'd like to see more content and be notified of when I upload a video. All you do is subscribe, then hit the little gear wheel and make sure that you get the notifications. Make sure that box is checked. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. And everyone have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. If your mothers are not with you any longer, my heart goes out to you. I wish you extra hugs and love. And if your mothers are here, please spend time with them and don't take any second that goes by for granted. See you soon.